But it's time, bruh. We got to take out some trash, bruh. And it could only be one person this week, bruh, whose trash we take out.
That is
Mr. Snow Bunny himself. The biggest fumbling of the bag there has ever been by a black man that I can remember. May have been one bigger, but right now I can't think of who it would be.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, damn. That was pretty big.
you have to limit that to black head football
But
coaches.
no, but Shannon, I can't quantify how big a bag he fumbled because he still got all his other shit. He just lost ESPN.
Yeah, and he wasn't
making
getting
$6 million a year at ESPN.
He wasn't getting paid that much.
Are y'all forgetting that he had to settle and get a girl? Was it 50 million?
Yeah, damn, that was right too. Damn, that's a big fumble. You right. He up there.
That man had to write a $50 million check right after he got $100 million.
He up there. 50 bigger than 30. You right. He up there. You know what I'm saying? But G, what's your thoughts on Sherrone Moore, man? Fumbling the Michigan job away, man, in jail. Well, he might be out now. I think he did post, so he might be out. But what's your thoughts, G? Because he definitely the trash this week, dog.
Man, this has to have been the most undisciplined coach in college football. Had to have been undisciplined as all get out. When you're a leader of men, when you're a leader, period. I don't even just talk about in the football world. When you lead, when you're in a leadership position, the minimum requirement, like they don't even ask you that on your in your interview, is if you have self-discipline. You have to show that you've got self-discipline. And I am surprised that he allowed himself to be played, or not allowed himself to be played, for him to play himself.
Play himself.
Like that Beam say with DJ Khaled, congratulations, you played yourself. Even if you give him a pass for, messing with a staffer, you know what I'm saying? He's messing with a snow bunny. He's married to a white woman, you know what I'm saying? Got kids. Even if you give him a pass for going down that road and cheating on his wife, messing with somebody that he's a leader of in his staff, in his organization, you give him a pass for that. Why would you, knowing the position that you're in, knowing that they have investigated you for messing with this woman, or having inappropriate relationships, why would you stalk her to the point to where you force her to go to the administration and tell on your ass? Like, from all the reports, she broke up with him, right?
Allegedly
broke up with him, and that's what caused him to crash out. Like, dude, you got a free pass.
Right. You got away with it, bro.
You got away. Now, you might have to do some, you know what I'm saying? You had already given her increased her salary, doubled her salary. You may have to shell out, a couple of more buckets or bucks to, keep her quiet, right? You got away, and you put your foot back in the frying pan. Even more so, you jumped all the way in that motherfucker. Crashed out. She told on you. Now you go to her house, break in,
allegedly,
pull out a butter knife, allegedly, and threaten to kill yourself and her. With what? A butter knife?
Right.
Dude, you wasn't finna kill nobody. It was a sympathy play.
I'm gonna scratch your neck to death.
Right. That Snow Bunny must have been giving him that good. She must have been fucking him silly for him to do that.
Jerry?
That's crazy.
It's crazy, dog. It's crazy.
He deserved all
it's one of those stories, dog, that's unbelievable. When you
unbelievable. He deserved Donkey of the Day, Bama of the Week, trash, taking out the trash, all of the damn any of the awards, the dumbass awards you can probably get. He deserved all of it. All of it.
JW?
Man, listen. I'm gonna throw the race thing out completely
Nah.
because he's married to a Caucasian woman, European descent, whatever you want to call them, pink toe, whatever. I'm throwing that out. I don't care about that. For you to be a married man
39 years old.
with 3 children at a high level college program and university, you tricking the university's money, right? As well as your own bread for your side piece. How do you make the conscious decision to step out on your family and fall into relations with the side piece? How do you do that? How do you do that? Especially when we look at these programs, we think about these coaches. You know, like this is the other than the NFL, this is where they're trying to get to. This is the level that they've worked, you know, damn near their entire life to get to. Even though this job was handed to him by the old ball coach, and I get all of that. $6 million per season is what you're making. You know, you put yourself in a high tax bracket, your family secure financially, and you still step out on your family. I do not understand it. And you think you fixed it by giving her more money. You thought you fixed it because you wanted to keep control over that side situation. I I don't understand it when dudes do this and they have so much to lose. You have so much to lose. You have favor to lose. You have money to lose. You have your next job opportunity to lose. You have your buyout to lose. What was his buyout, Dante? Like 14 million or something like that?
Something like that, bro.
What are we doing? How can you look at sex to mean that much to you? I I, I just cannot fathom. You know, you have the phrase, it ain't tricking if you got it. I have never in my life believed in that statement. It is so weak to me for a man or a woman to be controlled that much by sex, by sexual relations. I have always said that sex is one of the most powerful tools out here, whether it's from a man or a woman. In my case, since I'm a man, it's definitely one of the most powerful tools out there for the opposite sex, for women. But to allow it to control you to the point where you're not even thinking about everything I just said, your wife, your 3 kids, your money, what you do for a living, people would die for the chance to have that opportunity, and you allow sex to take you out. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? The
And we
most
So,
and we
manly
make
thing that you can do that is said is to have a wife and children and take care of your home.
and
That
I'm
is
gonna
the
look at it
most
from a
manly
different
thing you
point
can
too,
do.
man. When you
I,
become the head coach at a place like Michigan, man, it's not you're not just representing you anymore. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Oh, no matter it's not fair, you know what I'm saying? Because white coaches it's just about them and they don't say, oh, we're gonna look at all white coaches, but you represent history, opportunity, and for another brother to get a chair like that. You know what I'm saying? Now they have a reason to say, no, look at that Sherrone Moore situation. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna ever take a chance like that again. Not anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? So you've kind of messed that up for a lot of brothers going forward. You know what I'm saying? Where people could say, okay, he did a good job. Maybe that could work if we hired the assistant, the black assistant that's already on the staff. I got an issue with that. You got a responsibility to other people too. It's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? And to have such bad judgment in a situation like that, it impacts more than just him. It just does. Is that fair? No, but it's the world we live in. And I just got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Just no discipline whatsoever. And that's just a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I know where he gonna go running to once this is all settled and he don't go to jail. Come on home to a HBCU and coach your HBCU, get yourself back. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I got a problem with a dude who does what he did. And I get your Jared about his wife, and yeah, that's the personal aspect of it. We all, but it's bigger than just that. You know what I'm saying? And we want to think that it's not, but it is. These white men in these rooms now are gonna be thinking, nah, young black coach, nah, I ain't gonna be able to go down that road. You know what I'm saying? Mike, they ain't got no discipline. We all know when one of us makes a mistake, it kind of gets thrown on a lot of us, not just that one person. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know if I find it hard because I think Uncle Luke, man, I just called it man Uncle Luke. I think Luke Skywalker had that same sentiment of how
Luther
when he
Campbell.
made the comments on Ryan Clark. He made the comments
He was
about
called
Ryan
man Luke
Clark.
Skywalker.
He made the comments about Ryan Clark, and Ryan Clark kind of shared that same
Oh,
sentiment.
I ain't see Ryan's. Okay.
I don't know if I subscribe to the fact that it makes it worse. I think the college football situation of hiring black coaches is just something that always has. I don't know if this turns up the dial. Just in my opinion, I don't know if it turns up the dial on that.
No, I'm talking about that specific situation that happened at Michigan, where you got a top-notch coach like Harbaugh who said, when I leave in my contract, this dude is going to, they're not doing that no more. That's not happening no more
Oh, you
with
mean?
no young
Okay.
black coaches. That will
You
not
mean
happen again.
if a coach tries
Yeah.
to designate
But
his
I got
successor?
a dude that I think is ready to be a head coach. That will not happen again. I guarantee that won't be in nobody
So
I
here's
think it
here's
can.
my
ever
question.
again.
I
Here's
think
my
he can.
question.
I think he
Here's my
can because if
question.
you really
What's
want
that?
that coach and he makes that a deal breaker, they'll do it. If they really want that coach and he makes that a deal breaker,
Some
then
coaches can
they'll do
command.
it.
Some you have to be Kirby Smart. You have
That's what
to
I'm
have
saying.
been
That's what I'm saying.
Nick Saban. You have to have. You know what I'm saying. And
Because
Michigan.
Harbaugh was that. What you're saying?
I mean, not necessarily to Michigan he was, but
Right,
he never made it to Kirby Smart status for real.
right, right.
Let's let's not compare the two.
He
For
wasn't that. He
Michigan,
wasn't that. Now he didn't win championships, but he had
for
Stanford
that's why I
rolling.
said for Michigan he was. You
Right.
know,
He had Stanford winning. They didn't win a title, but they were
Oh,
winning.
he's a great coach, but as far as
right.
championship level,
He's not Kirby
right.
Smart. He's not on Kirby Smart level. He's not. Um, Jim Harbaugh is a good coach. He's a solid coach. Was able to win a title at Michigan. Got to give him props for that. But he's not Kirby Smart. Stop it. But what we got to look at though. Number one, is something going on in Michigan because Michigan State. Mel Tucker. It just happened
Mel
to Mel
Tucker.
Tucker last year. Now here's what is as egregious as Coach Moore's, and I kind of feel bad for Mel Tucker because it wasn't a staffer, it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
somebody that worked
They
as a
brought in
third
good,
party
yeah, third
vendor.
party, yeah,
You know what I'm
consult.
saying? So
Yeah.
I need to look into see, you know what I'm saying? Because he was, fighting, those charges or whatever. So it was some back and forth about what happened. But it's almost like you cannot have a relationship with anybody that you work with. And my question is, you know what I'm saying? If we bring in the Mel Tucker situation and we look at how relationships happen at work, it's not all the ways a power dynamic. So, and we've, kind of made light of the relationship between Moore and the young lady. I can't think of her name. Was it just about the sex or was he truly in love with her? Now,
That sounds so
his,
crazy to me.
his,
That
his
sounds so
situation,
crazy
it
to
can't be.
me.
Do we know for sure it was just about the sex or was he just in love? Was he in love with her like that?
It's always about the control. It just
Well, that,
seems more about the control to me because she said no anymore, no, And like you said, you put you put yourself back in harm's way because you don't leave me. You know what I'm saying? I drop you. You don't
Well,
dump me. I
that's
dump
our
you.
perception of it. That's our perception of it. And I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm just saying there could be another side, another element to it. Now, either way is wrong because number one, you married. Number two, you are in a leadership position. So there was a power dynamic. But we do have situations like Mel Tucker when we talk about in office relationships or, what I'm saying, in the same organization relationships that happen where there is no power dynamic. In Mel Tucker's situation, there was no power dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like they just wanted to fire him. And so that would, if Sherrone Moore, my question is, if Sherrone Moore was Kirby Smart or only had, continued the winning that, Harbaugh had set him up for, and we know Harbaugh is a hell of a coach, right? We all said it. I don't think he put somebody in place that didn't demonstrate an ability to be a great leader, right? Do we think that he just liked the guy and really didn't vet him
No,
and really
I
didn't?
think he saw something in him. Definitely, he saw something in him.
Right. So we can just be dismissive, the end of it, we don't know what his work ethic was like. It obviously had to have been high for Harbaugh to put his neck out on the line and be like, hey, this is going to be the guy when I leave.
And he had to do
Or,
a job because they weren't going to fire him after this year. So he had to be doing something okay. And the recruiting classes were.
well, but from what I'm hearing is that they wanted to fire him. They were looking for these things to fire him. They were actively engaged in trying some
But
and
I'm
y'all
saying,
know
had he not given them this, I don't think he would have gotten fired.
I mean, yeah, but he wouldn't have had the confidence of just based on their record and the way that they
Are
played.
y'all still talking about Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back to
Okay,
more
because
now.
I looked the way to look up old girl's name. Her name is Paige Shiver.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. But what my point, but the big overall point is that if Sherrone Moore had not had a 7-4 record and been in the college football playoffs these last 2 years, and Michigan was still that team, and they didn't have the fall off that they had after Harbaugh left, would Michigan have been looking to actively
Well,
fire
I'll
him
answer.
and sweep this under the
Yeah,
I
rug?
because
think yes.
because he broke into the
Once
house.
he,
Yeah.
not just that, but once he
No, no.
did
What I'm saying
what
is,
I'm saying, once he did the stalking and harassing her, I think they would have had to because that opens them up to hundreds of millions of dollars in a lawsuit. They would have had to.
well,
I,
no.
I,
So, do you think that he would have flipped out like that because they fired him and then he went and did the stalking and went and the
No.
text
When she
messages
broke
haven't.
up with him, the stalking part was he kept communicating with her when she told him to stop.
during the season.
He kept
Yeah,
sending her shit, texts and shit, and she kept telling him to stop. So that they would have had to do something about that.
Y'all just made me think about something. Ime Udoka did this same thing, and he's now the head coach at the Houston Rockets. So he went from a big program in Boston,
but the
or
NBA is different from college football.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's night and day.
And he had
Night
proven
and day.
himself to be a better coach than Sherrone Moore had.
Right.
it's different because it's grown. It's supposed to be grown people. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be grown people as far as who you work with. You're not working with kids that are trying to go pro. So I see that. But man, wow.
And
When
he
you
fucked
look
up
at it
bad because
as
he cheated on me alone.
uh,
That's unforgivable, all in and of itself.
so a lot of people
But
don't
G,
feel
we
that way. A
talked
lot of
about that,
people
dog.
a lot.
It's something wrong with all of them, dog.
So let me ask y'all this. Yeah, we're talking about more.
Uh-huh.
We brought up Ime Udoka. Or I just brought up Ime Udoka. Greg brought in Michigan
Mel
State's
Tucker.
Mel Tucker. I'm going to throw in another name. Petrino
Yeah.
did this
Hugh
same thing.
Freeze.
And
Petrino did the same thing, right? Where did
when
Petrino end up?
he on the motorcycle, when he on the motorcycle with the chick and crashed or something.
No, he's talking about
They
Bobby
was
Patino.
Bobby Petrino. My bad. Bobby Petrino.
Petrino also had a
Yeah.
he had a say
Yeah,
Rick
he had like the
Pitino.
motorcycle incident, right? Where he
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Patino.
was
Yeah,
the Arkansas
Patino.
coach.
that's what I'm thinking about. The Patino situation was he was messing with a student. I don't know if it was a staffer. She might have worked for the school, but he was messing with her.
Which
The
one?
boy,
The basketball coach or the football coach? Bobby
no, hold
Petrino
on,
and Rick Pitino.
Petrino is who I wanted to mention.
Okay.
Petrino was at Arkansas?
Right.
Arkansas,
Petrino
right.
was in Arkansas. I don't remember if the woman was a staffer or not, but she was way younger. He was sleeping with her. Her boyfriend found out and whooped his ass. He found them. They were somewhere where they were spending the weekend. The boyfriend found out, went over there, whooped Petrino's ass. Petrino jumped on the motorcycle, and he and the girl, and they were running from him. And they were trying to bend the corner on the motorcycle and crash because they were running from the boyfriend,
Right.
who was driving, trying to hawk them down. So again, Moore, Ime Udoka, Petrino, damn, I keep forgetting his name. Greg, Michigan State,
Mel Tucker.
Mel Tucker, right? How would you rank their fumbling of the bag? Those four coaches who all were cheating and got busted.
And before you rank them, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. YouTube, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Smash that like and subscribe button. Wrap it up with your ranking, G.
I mean, number one is
number one is
Sherrone
Shannon
Moore.
Sharp, but number one is Shannon Sharp. But we'll keep.
No, we talking about coaches. We talking about coaches. Plus Shannon Sharp still is, you know what I'm saying? He's employed still, so it ain't. It's
he's without 50 million.
It's without question. It's Sherrone Moore.
Yep.
Number two, I have to go with Bobby Petrino. Number three, who was the other guy?
Got another big time job. I wouldn't put him.
No, he's just a coordinator now. He's not a head coach.
Ime Udoka and Tucker.
Or did he come back? I would have to say
Petrino got a head coaching job after Arkansas.
Yeah.
He did. I don't remember who it was with, but he did.
But he could have wrote his own check at Arkansas. He had the program in a good place. I ain't gonna say it was rolling because he was fighting against Nick Saban, but GOAT Saban that is. But Petrino, Mel Tucker, because he lost a lot of money. He lost way more money.
10-year, $95 million.
He lost more money than Sherrone Moore. Yep. But I'm saying Moore was much more in control of his situation than I believe Mel Tucker was. And then I'd have Mel Tucker and then Ime Udoka.
For sure. Well, we got to get up out of here. We got things to do. We grown. We got stuff to do. Hey, Sherrone Moore coming to a HBCU near you. Watch what I tell you. That's his next job.
Done,
or house.
The way he ended it with threatening to kill himself and threatening to kill.
He'll be they would get the hype they would get from it. He coming to a HBCU near you. Watch what I tell you.
Man, I hope she got some of that stuff recorded and it come out. Oh my God.